Hello YouTube, this is the first installment in the Laser Light Show series. This is going to be the rotating mirror assembly, and it has a where you can adjust the tilt on the mirror. So the parts here I have, these are round mirrors. This is 1 inch, half inch, I think quarter inch. I don't know. I bought these at the craft store. They're like $2.50 for 25 mirrors, 3 of each size. This is just a nylon spacer that you can buy at the hardware store, and this is a bushing or a ball link for an RC car, and this is going to give us our pivot for the mirror. Now you could probably do this with any configuration. I didn't buy these parts specifically for this project. It's just stuff I had laying around, but I figure I'll go ahead and just give you the dimensions here. The spacer is 0.275 thick. The outside diameter is, hold on, 0.57. The inside diameter is 0.38. And again, this is just stuff I had laying around. I didn't purchase it specifically for. So, having a few technical problems here. So the first step with the ball joint is we want to get rid of the arm here, because all we care about is the ball link in the center. And so I'll cut that off, and now I just try to round these a little bit. And you don't have to be too perfect here. All you gotta do is make sure that this fits kind of snugly inside the bushing there. If it's too big, you can come back and retrim it. And then we'll just push this in here. And I might have this one just a little bit too big. So I'm going to push it to one side or the other. Let me go ahead and trim it up a little bit so it's a little looser. It'll be easier to put together. Okay, so this is a little fiddly to get in here. I'll probably just bring this back in and then edit it, fast forward stuff. Okay, it seems to be fitting in there now. Well, now we're starting to get there. Okay, that's about how you want it, just centered up at the top. And it actually doesn't have to be perfect because it is universal. So now we'll go ahead and take some super glue. And you can see I just put a little drop. Make sure you don't get it on the metal. And I've done a few of these before, but kind of hard with the camera directly in front of you. So I got the super glue there, holding that in place. And it gets hard pretty quick. And I don't have any super glue on the metal ball. It looks like I do on the bottom, but I can tell that I don't. And we're just going to wait for that to solidify. And then while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and use the 3/4 inch mirror here on this one, and back to using the super glue again. And now you try to get this as centered as you possibly can. Got a ring of super glue there. Center that up, and we'll let that sit for a few minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll show you the last part of the assembly. Okay, now we've let the super glue dry, and so the mirror is firmly attached, and so is the joint. And now we have a pivot point, and a pivot point for the mirror, so we can change the angle on the mirror. Now, I mean, you still have to just use it by hand and, you know, trial and error, but you can change the pitch of the mirror from almost dead straight to any degree angle you want to the extent of the ball joint. So the next step is I have a DC motor. This motor I purchased at the local micro center. These were $2 a piece. These are 4.5 volt motors, and I think they're up to like 4,500 RPM, and we won't need anything near that speed. But when you do select a motor, you know, probably the faster ones would work as well, but I didn't need to go high speed. So anyway, I'll show you how I'm going to attach the hole. Now, like, had I purchased these parts, I probably could have made everything fit. So I need an adapter for the center of the ball joint there, for the shaft, because the shaft is considerably smaller, and there's a lot of wiggle room in there. So I just came up with my own process to make a shim down and dirty and easy. And what I'm going to do here, I'll show you here. Come over here, and I have this aluminum tape. This is for I guess duct work, and so I'm just going to cut a strip, you know, less than 1/4 inch. And since I've done a couple of these already, I already know that I need about 3/4 of this. Any more than that, and it will become more. It'll be too large. Okay, so let me pull that off of there. It's always easier doing projects when you're not trying to do them on camera. Put this camera back over here, and then I'm going to tightly wind this aluminum tape on the shaft of the motor on the outside edge here. And so I'm just rolling this around. Keep spinning it up like that. And let's see if it'll fit on there. It's a little tight, so I'm going to go ahead and pull a little bit back off. Find my edge here. There we go. Okay. Now this should just slide on there, but that's not going to be all we need. We're going to also use my favorite tool, some super glue here, and secure it. So I've got it pulled back most of the way, and I'm going to put a couple drops of super glue on the aluminum here. And then I'll go ahead and push this down on the shaft, and then we'll let that go ahead and dry there, and then we'll come back. Okay, so after your glue has set, now you've got a mirror that you can pivot. And let me go ahead and hook up the power here. I've just got 0.3 volts on it, and you can see that it has just a slight tilt to it right now, but you can go ahead and increase the tilt to whatever angle you like. So anyway, that's it for the rotating angular mirror assembly for the laser light show. And look for the next videos coming up, speed controller. And thank you all for watching YouTube.